It has been almost a month, if not longer, since the last time that I made a video. Hey y'all, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It is hot, okay? It is hot. Let's start off for real with our prayer, per usual. Please excuse my luxurious locks. I I I, I had curls, but them curls is gone. They gone anyway. I thank you to the Creator. I thank you to God. I thank you to the universe for blessing us, covering us, shielding us once again as we embark on another video on this beautiful spiritual journey here and now and everywhere. Amen. Okay, so let me tell y'all what I've been up to first. Then I'll go into my normal videos. Um, So I have been really working on myself. And like I tell all the time in my videos, when it's time for you to work on yourself, you have to isolate a lot. When it's good for you to work on yourself, it's time for you to handle certain things that need to be handled within yourself first before you can broadcast it out to the world. You need to handle certain situations for yourself before you need to broadcast it to the world. We hear the words sit and be still, all the time. Um, and then that's real. So I got on TikTok and I saw a video just scrolling and popped up on my algorithm, and it said go to GPT and get put in your birth chart. So y'all know I'm heavy on everything, being an omnist. I believe in everything is one source, one creator. So I gets on there and I puts my birth chart in. Then the video also tells me, if you're wondering where the smoke coming from, that's my instant. I got to keep my energy on point. Then it says after you put your birth chart in, ask it what's your soul purpose. Then, after you ask it what's your soul purpose, ask it what is your life purpose. I did all of that. When I tell y'all I cried, I cried. I cried so much because it was like, wait a minute. I've been doing this. I just haven't been doing it in depth of what I'm supposed to be doing. Finding out what my purpose is, finding out what my life purpose is. You get people who try to give you a part of their world and their purpose and what they got going on because they want you to be a part of it. Everybody's journey is so totally different. Everybody's purpose for what they practice religion wise, what they practice spiritually wise, what they practice, everything is so different. Mine was supposed to break generational curses. So if you watch all of my previous videos, I talk a lot about my life, my family. I'm very open book because I'm supposed to be the evolved, healed version of my mom. And the crazy part about it is I put her birth chart in. And when I put her birth chart in, it told me what her birth chart was just as well too. And also I even put in what is our purpose together. I did my son's too. So it is very interesting to know what your life purpose is. And it's crazy. I've been reading a lot of books over the last few years, and I've shared a lot of the books in my previous videos with everybody. But one book that I have not shared, and one set of books actually that I have not shared because I've been spreading them around. Excuse my craziness of my book, but my dog ate my book one day. But the name of the book is How to Love and How to Be Loved. And this is by a guru. This is a shaman guru. This book really set the tone for a lot of things that I did not know. This is one of many books that actually set the tone. He has a million books. I highly recommend if you're on a spiritual journey, to read them. The very first book is How to Be Happy All the Time. That book is amazing. Then the next one is Karma and Reincarnation. So he talks about Indian version of what they learned as far as things go. He talk about God. He talk about what religion really is. One of the books he messed my mind up when he actually spoke on this man saying, my son is defiant, he doesn't listen, and he does all of this and this and this and that, and he says God is going to punish him and blah 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 blah. So he tells the man, he says, do you have a friend who will do anything with you and for you with no questions asked? And he was like, yeah. Yeah, why? He was like, that big old furnace that you have. And I guess the man would like burn some things or whatever. So he turns around and tells him to get some rope, tie his kid together, and make him and his friend walk him into the fire. And he was like, no, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would I do that to my son? He said, so exactly. So why would God do that to you? Why would God do that to us? Messed my mind up. Totally messed my mind up, because it's a true statement. Believe what you believe, feel how you feel, but I'm open to so many different cultures and so many different religions. I don't like to be pressed on one. I don't like to be pressed on anything, because again, I'm not pressing my kids on it. I'm not pressing myself on it. My mother didn't press me on it, and it's crazy because my mother is Italian, Indian, Asian, and she got a little extra in her, but she's not African American. And a lot of people think my mom is African American. She's not. And her father was Catholic. So, and she went to Catholic school. And then she converted over, but she grew up in the African American neighborhood as a child because she's darker of an Indian. Crazy, right? Same thing with my dad. My dad is Jewish. My dad is black. My dad is white. We grew up in that household as Baptists. I was baptized as Baptist. But then my grandfather converted over and became a Jehovah's Witness. Then they never put it on us to do that. So reading these books and is how I became an omnist. Reading, learning, unlearning, relearning, and doing certain things made me become an omnist. The third volume is this book, and it's amazing. The fourth volume is How to Be Successful. The fifth volume is How to Have Courage, Calmness, and Confidence. Amazing. Then how to achieve your goals, glow healthy and vitality. So these are the wisdoms of the yogi. And when I say they're amazing, they're amazing. And the last book that he did right is How to Awaken Your True Potential. And the purpose of the book is every soul is on a journey of self-discovery. I've been on my journey of self-discovery. Everybody's on their journey of self-discovery. The length of the journey depends on the choices that we make. We can cooperate with the flow of God's positive influences within us, or we can resist and cling to our familiar limitations and habits. The choice is ours. I freaking love the books by this man. Totally amazing books, because it gives you a whole different perspective. Inside this book, the parts that I will definitely talk about, that I really appreciate and value a lot, is to become omnipresent within your friends, why you're supposed to love your energy, your enemies. And it says, even right here, the secret of Christ's strength lays in the love for all, even his enemies. Far better to conquer by love the heart of a person who hates you than to vanquish such one by other means. To ordinary men, such as a doctrine seems absurd. He wants to return 10 slaps for the one he has received, and also twice as many kicks for good measure. Why should you love your enemy? Love him that you may bring the healing rays of your love into hatred-stricken heart and burn away partitions of misery that separate your soul from another. I effing love it. When I say I love it, because it coincides with what I just watched. The service that just happened this past Sunday, and he was talking about it, and he's the Christian, and that's the Christian church, and he talked about the exact same thing about loving your enemies, loving everybody. Women lay next to men, men next to women, and sometimes you don't love them all the time, but you do love them. Like you don't even love God all the time. You question Jesus, you question God, because things aren't going right in your life. But God doesn't stop loving you. Jesus doesn't stop loving you. So it is a really good read. The friendship part is definitely amazing. The judgment, especially when he gets to talking about judgment, and he talks about unkindness. You think about all of these things and how they coincide. The ideal of married life, staying celibate and creating a spiritual child. This is a good book, a really good read. Also, a part of my purpose is to do tarot. So I was been doing tarot on myself, and because it takes a lot of energy. I did do some tarot cards, and I'll be serious, I did some tarot cards on a couple of people, and that is a part of my spiritual journey too. I'm supposed to inspire others to grow and heal, and especially women who are trapped and have mother's wounds or father's wounds that can relatable to myself, because I do have father and mother wounds, and I identify and understand those. That's another reason why I started working on the inner workings of relationships, because it invites you to heal your inner child and create a conscious relationship, because how many of us really were getting created conscious relationships from our parents? They were just having kids. They weren't thinking about the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual aspects of what this kid needs in order to be able to heal on their own journey and go down their own path. It was always just what I can provide for them type of situation. So you gotta think about that too. And I talk about that in my other videos so much, because it's like, I'm gonna be honest and be serious. I have not been feeling well, because going through a spiritual awakening is crazy. Going through the Kundalini spiritual awakening is crazy. Most people be like, oh no, like it's not. No, it is. It's intense. It's once you start something and then you stop something. I talked about this in my videos before. Once you start and you stop and you come back to the 3D, to the 5D, and you know something, things like, I've been dreaming for the last few weeks. I've been getting more in tune with God. I've been lighting my candles and praying Psalms over my candles. So you see how I'm omnipresent, and I'm into all of my different things. I'm into all of my different practices. I'm incorporating them all. Spiritually, I'm keeping my incense, and mentally, I'm keeping my health together. It's draining. Sometimes you don't want to do it. That's why I haven't really been doing tarot for anybody but myself, even though it's a part of my purpose that I'm supposed to be doing it. And I will start back, but you want to fix yourself first and get your energy together. You don't want to have your energy just all over the place, and then you reading somebody else's energy, because then you reading somebody else's energy through them cards, and you could be reading your own, or they stand on you. And then when you're empath, it's even more scary. So that definitely is something else. So I will go into where we left off the last video a little bit, because this is something that is it's necessary to talk about. A wound of rejection. Okay. A wound of rejection and neglect and abandonment. Those are the triggers. You ever ask a guy out, or a girl? I mean, if you're a guy watching, you ever ask a girl out and then they reject you, or you're dating someone and they neglect you, or you have this abandonment issue that you might not think that it is. Those traumas come from physical, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, parental divorce. I've been through that. Humiliation, shame, poverty, given for adoption, racism, neglect, abandonment again, religious shame, big one, infidelity, infertility, and disabilities, deformities. So those traumas all are like a wound. Those are wounds of rejection inside your relationship, and you may not even know, identify them with that. Those unhealed inner child things that did not happen, where you felt unwanted, you didn't get consistent affection, reliable presence, reassurance, predictability, commitment, boundaries being respected. I've I went through most of those. Defense mechanism where you overcompensate became emotionally detachment. I will detach emotionally like big time if you reject me, especially if you neglect me. I do it. I've done it. I cannot say I won't. Y'all know I'm not finna lie about anything when it comes to me being open and honest and vulnerable about what I've been through. That's not how I'm supposed to spread the word. Deflecting. Do it, did it, do it, did it. Projecting. Do it, did it, do it, did it. Stonewalling, definitely. Self-absorbent, definitely. Gaslighting, definitely. Hyper-independence, rejection of others. Ooh, bless you. Defense mechanisms of undercompensation. Now, self sabotage. Do it, did it, do it, did it, do it, did it. All of that. Self rejecting. Do it, did it, do it, did it, do it, did it. Self neglecting. Do it, did it, do it, did it, do it, did it. Self doubting, fear of abandonment, isolation, withdrawal, attachments, hot and cold. Do it, did it, had it done to me. All of those. So every defense mechanism of overcompensating and undercompensating, I do it, I did it, and I get it done to me the exact same way. And it'd be crazy because it'd be like you're a mirror of what your situation is. Common relationship problems, highly hostile relationships, confusion, gaslighting, threatening to end the relationship, instability, dysfunctional, self-abandonment, manipulation, low self-esteem, inability to emotionally regulate, on again, off again, pursuing and withdrawn. I don't need to say it. Approaches to the challenges is denial, gaslighting, default, self-harm, self-sabotage, running away and avoiding. So what it's teaching us is rejection of abuse endured and boundaries of healthy behaviors, both of our own and from others. Individual healing that needs to happen, the separating of self-worth from trauma, self-esteem from a new foundation, fresh new environment, developing self-esteem, and guilt and remorse for harmful behaviors such as affection of shame, baptism, and energetically cutting the cord. How to support your partner when your partner have it is important, and justice is important. Respecting their boundaries, having your boundaries respected just as well, involving them in your life, reassurance, learning their inner child needs and reassuring their worth outside of their traumas. Having compassion for their triggers. Having compassion for their triggers does not mean that you're responsible for their triggers. Having compassion for their triggers does not mean you're responsible for their triggers. So don't get gaslit because a person is triggered and they blame you for your triggers. No. When I get triggered about anything, I do sit back and be like, why did that trigger me? Why is this still triggering me? What part of me isn't healed? What part of that isn't there? And it moves into, they talk about creating a shame-free relationship. That is important. We are all human. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. People, parents are still making mistakes to this day. So if that's the case, then why are we shaming them? And if you were shamed, a wound of rejection. I feel you pulling away. I accept my flaws and imperfections. I have an I am that pops up that reminds me of certain things, and I love that. I feel you pulling away, and suddenly I'm 13, unavailable, unlovable, unworthy, and that's how I will always be. Rejection is all I know. Shame becomes my home, but if I reject you first, I won't have to hear no. Self-sabotage. How many people of us to do that? It talks about how it is very important to create a shame-free relationship. Again, to co-create a healthy, conscious relationship, we must first establish an environment of devoiding of shame and rejection. We have to experience this, but a healthy relationship should be a sanctuary, a space where authenticity is encouraged and celebrated. It is important that within our relationships, we have the freedom and security to confidently shed whatever mask we felt we needed to wear to survive, and that we are safe enough to stand naked before each other, and not in a physical sense, but in an emotional, mental, and spiritual. How many of us are really doing that? I don't see too many people doing that to create that. I did it. I had to. And I got ridiculed for it. Like, I got ridiculed. I got ridiculed for it because, oh, I'm not supposed to open up to my partner. I talk too much. I'm not supposed to tell my partner all my business from the past. Not supposed to let my partner know everything about me. That's you. That's not me. I'm an open book for a reason. I've always been an open book. There's no shame in my stuff. I've talked about my whole entire personal life on all these videos. There's no reason for me to be ashamed of anything. Because you ain't the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor of my end. God is. Not you. I don't give a fuck. First time I done cussed this whole video. I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. Not in real life. For what? I used to. I really did. Especially growing up as a little girl. I used to worry about all kind of stuff. Get teased about shit. Now I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Cause what you think about me ain't making me eat, ain't making me poop, ain't making me move, ain't my purpose. It ain't my flaws to fix nothing. It ain't. I don't care. You have a judgment, because that's you projecting basically what you don't like about yourself. 9 times out of 10, what you don't like about me, my light don't do it. Today is the moon, y'all. Today is the full moon. It is in, I think, Sagittarius. It is affecting me. I have been called to release this shit. I have been called to release a lot of shit. I have been getting encounters with people. I have been running into people that I haven't seen in years. I've been people been looking at my social media, the ones that I do have, trying to be my friend again. And I don't want nothing back. I'm releasing all of that negative problems and energy. I'm releasing all of that things, because that's not my purpose no more. That was a season. I'm here for a reason. And I'm here to follow my path right now. I'm releasing all of that energy off of me. Like, if you cross the boundary of mine, I just choose peace, inner peace. I rather choose my peace than choose to be gossiping. I'm on a different level of maturity. I'm on a different level of me that I don't want to entertain. And what I don't want to entertain, that's me holding my boundaries. That's family, that's so-called friends, that's so-called foes, that's so-called associates, whatever you want to call them. I'm not so quick to call people my friend no more, because But again, like the book said, love them. I love them. I love everybody. I love every interaction. I appreciate every interaction that I've ever experienced. Every person that I've ever ran into. Any person that I've spent time with, years with, anything. Whether they was a friend, whether they my family and everything. But I'm choosing me, and I'm choosing my boundaries for me. For a reason. I'm gonna end this video. I know it's a quick video. This ain't the longest. This one of the quick videos, but I will go into more details because it is a moon, and I'm finna go work on me and go finish doing my releases, and which is important. I do have my candle burning. I'm finna go read all my Psalms over my candle and do me some little inner working on myself. But I definitely had to come back and tell y'all I missed the flip out of y'all. I missed the comments, I missed the concerns and everything. I appreciate y'all in so many different ways. I can't promise to say this won't be the next video, won't be for a long time again, because when you really working on yourself, you're not. But you free to contact me. Feel free to talk to me. Anything that you know you might want, some you might have heard something that's inspiring that you want to know more details on, or you just want to have a conversation one-on-one. I'm open. I would say hit me up on my Telegram. I'm gonna put it in the feed today, so therefore you can find me on Telegram for real. So I will be seeing y'all soon. Until the next time, I definitely miss y'all, and I appreciate all the views, all the subscribers, and everything else. Bye.